Hey guys, it's Kat. Back for some My Target story. So, last night I made a couple small videos, but I had a copyright claim on them both because I was playing Ozzy Osbourne in the background. And the song I Don't Know was copyright material, but Crazy Train was not. Who the hell knows? So they would not let me upload the videos. So I just took notes about what I talked about, and I'm gonna go over that with you now. So I'm getting Michigan and everything off of my mind. Like I said, the gang stalking followed me to Michigan. One of the very first nights there, he took me out on a date, a dinner and a movie, and I felt like I was going to have a heart attack. I was having a severe panic attack. It was very odd. It seemed like we were surrounded by cars everywhere. The movie we ended up seeing was a horror flick, which I'm not into. So the movie sucked. And after that happened, he was kind of hell-bent on me going on medication. So, I mean, sometimes in retrospect, when you look back on things after they occur, they make more sense to you. And that's what's going on with this whole gang stalking thing with me. You know, I mean, you go through your life thinking there's a dark cloud over your head, but no, somebody's fucking with you and making shit happen. It's like, you know, I'd love to be able to just make my own mistakes. So, one time, well, let's stick to Michigan first. So, the plan was, when I moved to Michigan, the plan was, he had secured a house through a friend that was being used at the moment, and we were going to stay there for a year while we saved money to get our own place. And so that was all set up and ready and waiting for us when we got there. And I saw the outside of it, and it looked completely fine. But when we got there, it was completely unlivable conditions. I didn't even want to spend one evening there, much less a year, or however long it took to get out of there. But so I was up all night panicking, thinking I was going to be stuck there, you know, looking for an apartment. I mean, the toilet was not even attached to the floor. There was a big hole in the floor, and the toilet was rocking, and there was holes in the walls, and it was just insane crazy. So we ended up in a one-bedroom studio apartment. It was tiny. I was only there for about 5 months, so it didn't matter. But the guy next door that lived next door to us, he appeared to be either talking to himself or on a Bluetooth, and we couldn't figure out what it was, you know. But after about a week, we figured out that he was just, you know, talking to himself. But he was always out there when I or he went out there. It was weird. His timing was impeccable. So his role was to act like a lunatic. And then there was another girl next door that one time she complained that the TV was too loud, so I moved the TV to a different wall because in Michigan, um, their codes are very different than New York, and they have very thin walls in Michigan. Um, I mean, where I live now, you got to be pretty loud for them to hear me. And I know that, that's how I know that they're involved, because they really make it obvious sometimes. And if they're not involved, then someone's using their apartment, like I suspected at the other place, when they're not home. So I played loud music and asked her if she could hear it, and she said no. So I'm like, oh, cool. So I know what range of noise I can make. I have a good rapport with my neighbors. It was almost like they didn't want me to like Michigan. It started from the beginning and occurred the entire time that I was there. I mean, I didn't like the look of Michigan at all. I'm sure Michigan is a beautiful state, but the area that we were living in were suburbs of Detroit. So that's not really where I wanted to live. And I was coming back to New York with or without him at that point. So he quickly wanted me on the meds, though, after I had that panic attack that night.